Shit. Well, we've had some technical difficulties. Let's see if I can delete this shit and start over. Am I live? Am I live? Oh, my private. My public. I should have went private first. Hey. All right. What's up? What up? Sorry about that, guys. It's been a while. Forgot how. But if you're still here and you're still Wolfpack and you're still down, let's provide some liquidity to that like button. Get some yield. You get some incentive. You get some Wolfpack incentive. What is up? Yo, Marcel, what up? What? Shout out to all the crypto cowboys, all my boys over there in Germany. How are you enjoying your weekend? What's going on? Yo, what's up, WW3? What's up, CN, Kosher Warrior, UKX Gerard? What's up? It's been a minute. Yeah, dude, it is a minute, man. I've just been really busy in IRL, but if you are in the Wolfpack Telegram, then you didn't miss my 12-cent sell signal before it all came unraveled, and now Hex is at a penny. We kind of predicted it. We were kind of ready for it, but now that it's happening, it's a little bit of a shocker. You know what I mean? It's crazy to see this happening. It's probably going sub a penny. We have Hex Hell fully initiated. In fact, this is worse than Hex Hell. This is the Hex Trailer Park. Hex Trailer Park Hell, and pretty soon we're going to be in Sacrifice Hell because PLS is heading back to its sack price. So we're going to get into that here in a little bit. I just want people to come back in, give them a chance to come back in. It's like I'm a noob again, you know, starting over once again. Ray. Yo, Ray. What's up, man? What's up? How we been doing in Pulse Hell? We'll get to that in a second. TD, shout out to you, man. I am live. What's up, Marcel? We wrecked, bro. Yeah, we're a little bit wrecked. Should we jump into it? We can jump into it. There's a couple of things. I have some tinfoil hat theories, and I have some strategies that can get us through some of this BS. Just remember to provide liquidity to the like button. Since I totally botched the first stream, maybe YouTube will try to claw those people back and get them back on stream, get that chat volume up. Yeah, dude, but the PLS thing isn't looking that good. We can kind of jump into it right away. I have some other things for you too. So let's see. All right, man, here it is. The PulseChain falling wedge. All right, this is what I've been following. I've actually been DCAing in like right around here when it was touching the trend line. This falling wedge has a probability of breaking down is only 8%. So it's very highly probable that it reverses, and we can even make like a measured move and try to figure out how far it would go. I always take the average of the triangle, and I know a lot of people don't do that, but that's how I do it, and it's how it's been reliable for me for all these years. You know, so after the breakout, you know, we're looking at going back to 238, which is pretty good. That's like 2x sack, like right around in that 240 region. It's pretty cozy. It's pretty kosher right there. That would be like the measured move of this little wedge. Is that going to happen? Well, it doesn't freaking look like it because we're breaking down. We have a huge, nasty bearish engulfing candle. Hexagons are just selling. And one weird thing that I didn't consider is, look, we knew that Hex was going to do this. We knew that Hex was going to crater. We prepared for it. We've been selling. You know what I mean? And but the problem is that most of PulseChain right now is Hex people and Hexagons. So with Hex just absolutely rugging all the Hexagons, going into the fork, going to get these copies. We were saying in my Telegram, you know, I haven't been making videos, but if you're in my Telegram, it's in the description box below. You know, we've been saying that we were expecting a penny Hex. We have orders at a penny Hex, you know, but what the problem is, I think the people who watch like the regular Hex content, like the ultra bullish Hex content, they were expecting like basically a stock split at the same price. They were expecting 5-cent Hex on both chains, you know, and we were not expecting that. Instead, we've got a few nasty little surprises. Like we have the P-Hex, the copied over Hex, that people saved all their money and bought Hex for the fork. We have that. Then we have Hex bridged over from Ethereum. It's 2 different liquidity pools. Then we have E-Hex, okay? Then we have memes on Pulse, and then we have PulseChain and PulseX itself. So if you take all of these different coins, you know, if you take the Hex community and divide them by all of these coins, you get a 1 cent Hex price, because there isn't enough money to go around. There's not a lot of money sloshing around in the crypto ecosystem. Credit is tight. Money's tight, you know, the economy's tight. There just isn't enough money for all of this stuff to go up. And I really don't know, like there's a lot of people selling. We're above sacrifice price. So everybody's in profits from the sack, you know, like in 50% or whatever profit. So a lot of people are just cashing out and leaving. And the one thing that I didn't expect is that the Hex crash scaring the Hexagon normies out of the entire ecosystem. You know, like it's like the Hex crash, which I thought would be bullish for PLS. I thought PLS was going to vacuum up all of that liquidity, but it turned out that it just freaked everybody the fuck out, and nobody knows which Hex is going to win. You know, I think P-Hex or copied over Hex is doing the best. It has the most liquidity, and it has the most volume, and it has the better price, you know. But the problem with this whole thing is why, you know, the problem with the Hex side and why I'm not like in a hurry to buy Hex is because I am making so much farming USDC, and we'll get into that later. Like I'm making so much farming every day, bro. It's like having a long-term stake come out every day. It's like being one of those whales, one of those golden goose whales that just rolls their Hex stakes and just takes out the interest. That's how I feel. That's how I feel with my USDC WPLS pool. You know, like, so I'm not really looking to buy a bunch of Hex and then stake it for 5 years and get gains. You know, it's like that impulsive, like it's a dopamine hit every day. When I collect my ink, it's a dopamine hit every day. And Hex is like this long-term thing. And I think that's what's killing the Hex price, man. It's like these farming pools, the APRs are just hot, you know, like I can make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year doing this shit. You know, it's so funny. You know, look, I know the APRs aren't going to last forever. You know, I know that's not going to happen, but I'm riding this wave. I'm not looking to lock my shit for all these years, man. I want to provide liquidity. I want money now. I want to re-roll it. I'm having fun. I'm getting dopamine hits, you know? And if that's happening to me, I think that's happening to everybody else. So I'm bearish Hex price, you know? Wait a second. Is that Hex? Wait a second. Holy shit. It's literally dumping right before our eyes. Like we're about to go sub a penny on stream. I'm about to change the name of the screen to Hex sub a penny. Crazy. It's crazy. Like everything we said has come true, you know, except for the fact that PLS didn't suck up all the liquidity and pump. That wasn't true. Okay, so that one was a miss, but dude, look, it's happening right before our eyes. We're watching it live. You know, I guess the revolution will be televised. All right, let's jump in the chat and see what's going on. How are we enjoying this? Don't forget to add liquidity to the like button, folks. All right, Remy, what's up, bro? What's up, Toby Hunter? Crypto Cowboys in the house, man. Crypto Cowboys definitely supporting this channel right here. Crypto Cowboys have showed up. What's up? I heard Germany is officially in a recession. What's going on? Are y'all selling? Is this the Crypto Cowboys dump? What's going on? Marcel, we wreck. Okay, all right, where we at? Be mindful of love. Shout out to you. Thank you. Nice to see you again. Marcin, finally, we are back. Have been missing you and the strolling. Yeah, bro, I've been missing it too. You know, I just been working in IRL, but I got my stuff together. You know, like I have a seasonal business. It's picking up. I got slammed. I got killed. I don't have enough employees. And now I'm kind of back and providing some good alpha, some good trading techniques. And what we're going to talk about how to handle all of this. And I am bullish in this. And I am so bullish in PulseChain ecosystem that I am struggling not to FOMO like I've been buying. So I traded my PLS. I ratio traded it just by luck. All right, so here, let me tell you my PLSX story real quick. So I was like trading right away. I was trading Hex into this ecosystem. You know, I was clearing it out. So I traded some of my P Hex for PLSX, right? And the ratio was crazy. Then I waited a little while and I noticed that was the time when P Hex ran like crazy. Remember, P Hex was running right away like crazy. So I'm like, oh, so I sold, then P Hex crashed. So then I'm like, well, I can't resist this price. I'm not even trying to trade. I'm just like, I can't resist this price. Bought P Hex. Again, P Hex had a run. So I again went in PLSX. I'm like, see, 4 times my SAC amount on PLSX right now, like ratio trading, which sucks because it's like 50% down from SAC price. But yeah, so I'm good on PLSX for life. Like I'm not buying any more PLSX for the rest of my life. And I'm double my SAC on PulseChain, but I didn't trade it. I didn't do anything. I was just averaging in and going down, you know, with the ship, basically. You know, like I've been going down. I've been buying the trend line. I've been trying to be slick. I've been trying to be smart about it, you know, and not just aping FOMO and shit. But I'm telling you, man, I have so much FOMO. Like, and you know me, I'm a conservative trader. I always have dry powder. I'm not like excitable, you know. I'm excited about PulseChain. I'm excited about PulseChain. I'm excited about this ecosystem. The fees are decent. It's pretty quick. It's pretty smooth. And I think it's going to pump like crazy, okay? And I feel like almost just sending my Bitcoin in, some of my Bitcoin HODL position in. That's how serious I am. And just like, dude, this could be it. At this point right now, with where I'm sitting at right now, I would say like a 5X and I'm selling my business. You know, like, obviously I'm not going to sell a 5X because I think that'd be shortchanging myself, but I am going into this ecosystem. Like I'm buying into this, even though it is absolutely, it's AIDS on fire. You know, it's so ugly right now, but that's okay because I think that I would like to see the sellers sell for cheap and instead of sellers selling for expensive and then just keeping us flatlined. You know, the volatility goes both ways. You know, unless this thing goes to zero and everybody quits, which is not going to happen. We have like what, 19,000 validators, you know? So the volatility down, let's see, validators, 19,600. This ain't going nowhere. So if this don't go anywhere, the volatility down is going to be reciprocated coming up, in my opinion, you know? So like we're going to get volatile crazy down. All the people that don't give a shit, that don't want to be part of this, that just want their quick flip and leave, those people are going to sell cheap and come back and buy back higher, in my opinion. Okay, because this is a new L1 and it's still above SAC. It's still doing okay and it works smooth. And once the crypto markets heat back up, and we'll talk about that here in a second. We'll go and take a look at the Bitcoin chart here in a second. But once the crypto markets boom back up and Ethereum is unusable and Ordinals are going to cripple Bitcoin again, what are the options? You know, you have SU, you have Solana, you have all this shit nobody really cares about. Then you have a built-in ecosystem that is Hex, you know, so that is PulseChain and this neck of the woods. It's new, it's fresh, it's shiny, it hasn't done 100x yet. I mean, I still think that, you know, this thing's going to lead us out of the bear market, and we're going to talk about that here in a minute too. I just want to get through the beginning and through the chat, and then we're going to talk about my predictions on the stock market, the overall market, the recession fears, the rate hikes. I have a pretty interesting take on this. You might not be expecting what I'm about to say about that. I actually have a tinfoil hat theory. So if you like tinfoil, hit the like button, because we're going to talk about it, about this recession that everybody's saying is coming, and I got a little bit of a base case for that. But I'm just going to run through the chat just a little bit and shout out to everybody. And yes, I am back. Yes, I am back, but I will say with the caveat is, yeah, I'm still really busy. And I know that a lot of you guys are from Europe, so I got to stream at a certain time. You know what I mean? I can't stream when you guys are asleep because I want my crypto cowboys in here and shit like that. So we're going to find a nice schedule, a nice routine. Yes, I'm going to make meme videos. If you've been in the Telegram chat, link in the description box below, you'll see we're steady memeing. Like that's how we get through. That's how we vibe and how we cope. But I'm getting bullish, and I'll tell you why here in a second. I just want to allow people to come back to the stream and all this shit. So let me answer some questions. Blackwing, what's up, bro? So glad to see you back, man. It's so good to be in the chair again, man. It's so good to be in the castle again. We can actually switch this back. Pulse and PulseX are now used as exit liquidity for early Hex investors, but because of tokenomics and utility in PulseX, at some point Hex will go so low that people will be unwilling to sell, and we pump. Yeah, I can't argue with anything you said right there. That's pretty true. A lot of people who couldn't exit through Hex because there isn't enough liquidity in the Hex ecosystem, like these big early mega whales, they just went ahead and like sent their Hex into the PulseChain thing so they can exit through here. And a lot of that is actually happening, but it's not as bad as that some people are making it out to be, because the rich list is pretty short in the Hex community, and I'm working on trying to find an analysis chart on what the rich list looks like now, because it's going to be way different. Remember, we used to see those who's a Poseidon, who's a whale, and how much tokens you need to be a Poseidon and a whale. All of that has been shook up. All of that's been changed. So I'm trying to come up with the chart. We're trying to find a chart like that so we can look and see like where do we rank and where do we stand. Yeah, as far as the Hex ecosystem thing, I think once the APRs cool out on these pools, people are going to be willing to stake again. But nobody's wanting to stake, like including me. The best way to know what to do in crypto is to trust who you are, what you like, and what you're doing, because if you like doing something and you're addicted to doing it, pretty sure everybody else is too. So if you're loving the APR farming and all the farming and stuff like that, that's what everybody's doing, So Hex is taking a back seat, and Hex was like the vehicle that brought everybody here. Now everybody's playing with all the other toys, but at the end of the day, everyone still loves Hex. And at the end of the day, Hex is going to pump, But right now, it's convoluted. There's so many different hexes. Hex from Ethereum, which is bridged over from ETH Hex. You have the P Hex. You have E Hex. You have Hex W, and you got Rex. Shout out to the Rex, So like, which one are you going to buy? Oh, fuck all that. I'm just going to make a pool, and I'll harvest my ink every day, and I'm making a living wage harvesting ink every day. Like, I'm not gonna lock my shit for 5 years. It's not happening. But I wouldn't sleep on Hex. I really wouldn't. But yeah, anything like sub a penny, I'm probably gonna be buying. But I'm so obsessed with like buying these dips on PLS and having this farm that I'm so obsessed with this damn farm. It's gonna be hard to do, but that would be the counterplay. That's the counter play. While everybody's doing this over here, then you're going over here behind the curtain and thinking ahead. But if you buy Hex now, you better have a long time horizon. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're ahead of everybody if that's what you're thinking. If you're thinking, hey, I'm gonna scoop Hex under a penny while no one's looking, that's gonna work out for you, in my opinion, not financial advice. But be ready to hold for a while. All right, you might be plucking grays out of your beard before that shit fucking matures, before your trade matures. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Timing is everything, Luckily, we timed the 12 cents in my chat. I know a lot of people didn't follow me on that right after the mainnet went live. I think it was that was exactly when V3 went live. That's when we hit the 12 cents. And I wrote it down, man, all the way to a penny. That's freaking crazy, man. It's all timing. It all takes forever. I was telling you guys that influencing and like making crypto content is not the same as trading. And that's the ugly truth with trading. Sold 12 cents, haven't done jack shit, like watched it go down to a penny. Doesn't make good content, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I struggle with making content and keeping it real and not lying to you. And I'm just saying, bro, like, yeah, you're right. Marcin, you're absolutely right with everything you said. But if you're gonna make this counter trade, if you're gonna go against the grain, just be ready to hold for a while. Just stake it, just stake it and just be like, because then you'll stop looking. You know what I'm saying? The ugly truth is it's gonna take a while for that trade to mature, and it might go a lot lower. You know what I'm saying? Ruined my dog's Christmas already, TD. What is it? Is it Christmas already? Man, it's Christmas every time I freaking re-roll that ink. I'm telling you, bro. That's the play right now. Yo, those PulseChain fees higher than yeah, dude. PulseChain fees are going up. I think like it's like 60 cents right now, which is like 3,300. I was paying like 3,300 Pulse, which is like 60 cents or something like that. They're going up, but I mean, it's not ETH level bad, but they're you know, they're going up. You got to pay to play. It's like the third busiest blockchain, right? Second busiest blockchain right now. So and this is like the initial stage, and shit's crazy. It could level out, it could smooth out. One of the things I think is the problem is that we have the buyback and burn on PLS. I think, like Richard tweeted, you know, he's like, I think you guys are forgetting about the buyback part of the burn. You know, like that's gas heavy. Like this shit is operating in the background. We're doing this shit, you know, like it's automated. It's thirsty. PulseChain is thirsty, but and it's going to get ugly, in my opinion. If we go into a bull market, these 60 cents could 10x. You know, it could. These 60 cent fees could 10x, but guess what? So will ETH. So ETH is going to go back to what? $300 to unstake, you know, $500 to unstake. So relative, it's still going to be way lower than ETH. Yes, it's going to go up, but it's going to go up, and so is ETH is going to go up too. So that's just how it is. I mean, that's the, you don't want to suck middlemen D, you got to pay. You know, nothing in this world is free. If you don't want to suck middlemen D, you got to pay for the decentralized world. That's the shit that we're doing. That's the world that we're living in, you know? So there's nothing comes free, nothing's easy. So yeah. Shout out to you, Cornholio. Yeah, the fees, man. We got CN. Pulse is popularizing cross-chain bridges like Hex popularized DEX Uniswap. This is bullish. Yeah, bro. I actually like that. That's a hot take, actually. It is, you know, Phantom did it. You know, they had any swap and like the atomic swap thing. But the Phantom ecosystem just kind of petered out. You know, it was all on that Danielle Sestegale and what's his other face? Andre Kranya and all those guys. Once they fell off, like, so did Phantom, you know? And it was just like, those guys were the Richard Hart for them, you know? The only difference is those guys rug over and over and over and over and over, you know? So maybe with like multi-swap coming, I think they said they're coming, right? Am I wrong? To hear, maybe that'll bring some Phantom users, because Phantom's dead as hell. You know, that's a possibility. But yeah, like these cross-chain swaps, or I guess they used to call them atomic swaps, you know? That's going to be pretty big. So it could normalize and popularize it. Yeah. But yeah, definitely DeFi summer was because of Hex, and Hex will never get credit for that ever. You know, and PulseChain is a little bit blackballed too. PulseChain came out, I didn't see any of like the big reporting Telegram bots like saying anything that it's popular, that it's moving, nothing. So I think that once it starts ripping out of the gate, I think then once crypto in general picks up, I think then it'll start trending. So we still have the Richard Hart press tour, which may or may not happen. Everybody online, not everybody, but people on Twitter saying he's dead, you know, and someone's running his account because he's just gone. So once the tour happens, probably post dump, once we get more liquidities, we get Power City, we get multi-swap, we get all these things, we get plenty of liquidity. Then he does his press tour around bull market time ish, which is right around the corner. We'll get into that in a second. And then all of these things still yet have to happen. ETH has to crash from its fees. Bitcoin has to get attacked by Ordinals again, right? All of these things still have to happen that are bullish for PulseChain. So I hate to say it because it's such a stupid trope, but it is a bit of a shakeout right now. And I'm going in. I'm, as you know, I'm a type of person that has a bunch of dry powder, and I'm going in. But yeah, so yeah, we still need the cross-chain swaps. We still need like liquid loans. We got, you know, we still have the haunted thing. We have a lot. We have the press tour, and we have the eventual demise of Ethereum and Bitcoin, you know. And I have a tinfoil hat theory that okay, so Bitcoin was going into a correction, and then we had the Ordinals hype, right? And I jumped on it too. I really did jump on the Ordinals thing too. I love it. I'm addicted to it. I like using it. I think it's cool. I think that it's going to be big in a year or two, you know? Just like you got this money airdrop for you from 2 years ago. If you want that to happen in the next 2 years, you got to stay ahead of the curve, and BRC20s are part of that curve. Okay, so I'm into it, but we'll talk about that in a little bit more. But my tinfoil hat theory is right around, we were having a correction. Let's go over here. Hopefully it's not too annoying. My tinfoil hat theory is that the Ordinals scared everybody. It scared the normies, like the sailor types. Because if we jump over here and take a look at Bitcoin, it's having a nice little rally here. And yeah, that is beautiful, but that's the 4 hours. So let's get out of here. The 4 hours for WPLS. All right, so we lost this parabola. We rejected this parabola. I found another one. We lost that. We rejected that right here. Below the S1 pivot, choppy. Tried to dump again. Found support on the 377 exponential moving average. That is the last EMA. That is the last support. Bar close, 2 a.m. You got to take someone home. Take one for the team. This is the grenade right here. So bounce off here twice. Above the 21 EMA right here, looking okay. And this is happening because we have a debt deal. There is a debt deal that the United States is not going to default on its debt. So this is kind of like the bank holiday weekend pump for Bitcoin. But a lot of this big drop right here is because of the Ordinals. It completely clogged and backlogged the Bitcoin ecosystem, and that got a lot of normies freaked out. And I think my tinfoil hat is a lot of this extended correction has to do with the Ordinals. It has to do with the chain being clogged and looking like it's not usable. For people that don't understand the ecosystem, that's huge FUD. So a correction plus that is really what caused this dip, in my personal opinion, right? I don't know for sure, but that's what I think. But yeah, as far as Bitcoin goes right here, we are bouncing off the 377 twice. I don't believe in double bottoms, but if we get to 28K, you could almost call that a double bottom. Remember, to be a double bottom, it has to take out the previous high. So if we can at least come out here, if we go to 30K, then this can be a double bottom, but typically it is bearish. All right, especially if we don't take out this high, because if we're not taking out, let's say if we don't get above the S1 pivot right here at 27,326, if we don't get above that, we're going to have a nice big flush to the 200, which is the 25K mark. And like people on CNBC, normies, and like investment funds and people that I listen to in macro, this is their buy target. So they're interested in the 25K range. It's possible to get there. If Bitcoin goes next week to the 25K range, like we're gonna see sack price pulse, and that's gonna be my next buy target. Now, we do have a lot of bullish things going on, in my opinion, in the macro sense. I'm gonna give you a tinfoil hat theory about macro, and then we're gonna look at PLS, and I'll tell you where I'm gonna buy next. Okay, so everybody is saying that we're waiting for a recession. Recession is around the corner. It's gonna be a short one. It's gonna be blah blah blah. But I say, remember, tinfoil hat, okay? We've been in a recession, and we said that in the beginning of this channel. We had 2 negative quarters of GDP. Now GDP is like 1 point something. It's freaking anemic. And what else have we had? We had bank collapses. We've had bankruptcies. We've had bailouts. Here's the S&P 500. The S&P 500 had a massive correction. So we've had deflationary pressure in the S&P 500, massive one. Bank collapses and bailouts. We've had negative to anemic GDP. This is all recessionary. This is all the media just being like, hey, there's no recession. There's no recession. Everything's okay. Don't worry about it. But actually I feel like we have been going through an inflationary recession, meaning that instead of there's no money to buy anything, everything is too expensive to buy anything, right? So when they're talking about recession all the time, every freaking buddy is talking about recession's coming, it makes me think that it ain't. And then I got to thinking about it, and I'm like, look at all the shit we've already been through. Has this not been an inflationary recession? And are we going to be able to rip out of the gate? So basically your two options are, we're going into a recession, a deflationary recession, sell everything, try to buy a dip, see you in 2025. Peace. You know, it's either that's your opinion, or we've already been in a recession and the tightening cycle is ending for the Fed rate hiking cycle is ending. We're going to go back to not being so restrictive every FOMC meeting. So the main thing that's going around right now is the pause. Are we going to pause these stupid rate hikes? Is it over now? Are we significantly restrictive? All right. The new narrative that's flying around is a skip, right? If they say pause, we're going to see 32K BTC. If they say pause in this next meeting, we're going to see S&P 500 close to all-time highs. I mean, it's like what? How many percent away already? You know, 14% away from all-time high. Okay. I could see like on a pause, like a 5% increase on the S&P 5 on the SPX. I can see a huge rally. A huge rally is inflationary, right? Because everyone's going to be more rich and wealth effect and all that. So the new narrative they're saying is skip, meaning they're not admitting that rates are significantly restrictive, but they're not going to raise. But that don't mean they won't raise in the next following meeting, right? Because if they say pause, that means that's it. We're done with rate hikes. It's sufficiently restrictive. Credit conditions are tighter, blah, blah, blah. So that's the narrative. And I think that's what's going to happen. However, the CME Futures Fed Watch disagrees with me. According to the CMEs, they're expecting, let's see, 63% are saying that we're going to get a rate hike. And the Fed usually does not like to surprise the markets. They kind of do what the markets expect them to do. That they're not in the business of shocking the markets, right? The PCE came in last week hot. The core PCE came in hot, a little bit hotter than expected. That is the Federal Reserve's primary focus for deciding if we need a rate hike or not, you know? So it's subjective. Basically, look, a skip is a pause, right? So we're getting to the end of the tightening cycle. I think the Fed is going to hold rates as high as they can for as long as they can. And I think that the markets are going to front run this. And I think we've already been in an inflationary recession. That's my personal opinion. Look around you, you know, like things were hard. There's a lot of layoffs. The one thing is the labor market's tight. So technically it's not a recession because the labor markets are tight. We're like historic levels of unemployment is like historically low. So that could be a lot of different things though, because like as the boomers are retiring, you know, and it could be like a demographics thing as well, and not just like an economic pressure. Yes, there is still a lot of money in the system. There is a lot of money in everywhere from all the printing, but it could be like a demographic thing as well. I don't think you can hang this whole like everything is signaling that we've been in an inflationary recession except the labor market. So I guess we're not in a recession. I mean, I would lean towards that. And I think that markets are always 6 or 7 months ahead of the economy. And this is looking pretty good here on the S&P 500. It broke this parabola right here and rejected it. But I mean, it's climbing up, and it barely poked through to a new high. And I think Bitcoin's going to follow. I think that we've had a little bit of correction right here over the debt ceiling FUD, but that has just been solved. And I think that is why Bitcoin is ripping. And I think because the debt ceiling is solved, nobody gives a shit about the PCE. And I think the market's going to rally like crazy. When the trading week opens, that will be on Tuesday. I think the markets are going to rally off of this debt deal. And I think that Bitcoin is going to get pulled up with it. And we're going to see if PulseChain is going to get pulled up with it. Because it doesn't look like it's following Bitcoin at all right now. Here it is on the daily chart. You can see this gorgeous falling wedge that has like a 90% probability of to the upside, which will bring us to 2x. It'll bring us to 240. But yeah, look at that. We just set a new low. We're setting new all-time lows every minute here. And Hex isn't like it either. Hex is looking like it's going to go sub a penny before our very eyes live on stream. But yeah, so my next, to be honest, I've been buying this trend line, expecting for a reversal, and I'm wrecked on those buys. And I'm going to buy above the SAC price. When we go here to PLS burn, here's how I'm looking at it. I'm gonna come up with a number too, but yeah, we're at 1.46 SAC. So you got to remember, everyone's gonna front run you. Everyone's gonna try to get by at SAC. So I'm gonna be buying in the like 1.15 range, like 1.15, like that SAC. So I'm gonna be trying to front run people because I'm bullish this long term. I think it's going to lead us out of the bear market. I think the markets are probably going to rip up on the news of the debt ceiling raising and all of that fresh new printed money, all that burr going into the system, and it could pull up PulseChain. And I am super bullish on this. I only need a few X's to retire, you know what I mean? So I'm just gonna. I'm actually in a weird way. I'm actually gonna like keep, man. I have like a get rich or die trying on this right now because I'm so close to my goals for like selling my company and selling my business and doing something else with my life, you know, crypto related. Maybe even move to like El Salvador or somewhere on a beach and do crypto related stuff, you know. I'm so close that like I can't not just go hard on this. Like I'm going, as long as we're going to be down here at SAC, I'm just going to keep averaging in and keep my liquidity pool. So let's talk liquidity pools for a second. We have what I'm doing, what I think the winning strategy is for this. Now, you know I'm the type of person that has a dry powder all the time. All the time. It's painful in a pump, but it's gorgeous right now. This is my time to shine, and I know exactly what to do with it. So I'm providing liquidity for the USDC pair WPLS. Basically, I'm sitting on the sidelines with dry powder, and I want more PLS. So what better way to do it than provide liquidity? If it goes down, great. I'm getting more PLS and less USDC, right? It's only bad if it does like a 5X, then I'm out that bag. Now, I'm not providing liquidity with my whole bag, just a small chunk, you know what I mean? I'm literally a living wage. Like what I'm earning in ink, you could literally live like a king, you know what I mean? Like without ever working. Now, of course, these APRs aren't gonna last forever. So it's not like I sell everything and just go on a beach in Thailand and drink martinis with ladyboys. I can't do that kind of thing because these APRs aren't gonna last, but I'm riding this out. And what I'm doing with my ink is I'm selling it right away. I'm selling it daily and I'm rolling it back in. So I'm rolling it back into my USDC liquidity pool. If we go below SAC, there is a good probability I'm going to close my liquidity pool and harvest, you know, all of those PLSs that I gained by getting ratio down because we're falling. And then all of those PLSs are basically a dip buy, which is what I'm trying to do, right? I'm just trying to grow and grow and grow my PLS stack because like I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling that this shit's going to be crazy. I think it's going to lead us out of the bear market. I think it's a new shiny layer one. It's up there with like in transactions of like in the top 3 of all cryptocurrencies. Right now we're in a big correction in Bitcoin. When this shit starts rallying and all these ETH and Bitcoin get clogged again, and there's a shiny new number 3 freaking transactions in a blockchain right here, people are gonna come in. We're gonna have atomic swaps. We're gonna have the multi swaps. We're gonna have the bridge. We're gonna have like all kinds of different on ramps, a fiat on ramp, liquid loans, all this shit. Shills from Richie Boy, and I think this shit is gonna get the rally that it deserved when it came out. Unfortunately, PLS we didn't have that big rally because we launched like 2 weeks late. You know who launched exactly on time is that Sue blockchain. It's all VCs. It's like one of like 50% of the Sue like startup capital was one hedge fund, but I promised to say not to tell who it was. Okay, but it was one hedge fund. So you got like these big VC guys and stuff pushing this chain. It was highly marketed and stuff like that, and they did like a 17x or something, but they hit it right. And then like right as Bitcoin started correcting, that's when unfortunately PulseChain came out. So it really only did, you know, like a 2x, which it deserved way more. But people are kind of scared and thinking like, oh, are we going to go back to 10K? Is it going to be 11K and gay again? Is that going to be the narrative? Are we going to go down? So, yeah, it's just timing is everything in crypto. You might be right. Like, look at Peter Schiff. He was right. He's been saying that we're going to have inflationary problems since 2010. Well, it's 2023. We've all made life-changing money through multiple cycles. And this dude's finally right. You know what I mean? But yeah, anyways, timing is everything. You could be right, but you got to be on time too, you know? So what's going on? Let me jump in the chat before I go too crazy. XRX at all-time low. Bro, so is PulseChain though, you know? LX9933, what is better in your opinion, PLS or PLSX at the height of the bull? PLS. I think PLS is going to shock and surprise. I really do, because it does have a buyback and burn feature, and once things really start rolling, but I think it's going to be a grind of attrition. I think PLS is going to be the winner out of everything. I really do. St. Wolf, hey, good to see everyone. Good to see you, bro. 40-60% more to down for PLS. We will bottom. I think this guy right here, Marcin, kind of has a good grasp on what things are going on. I'm going to front run the SAC price. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to front run the SAC price, and I'm going to go in hard. And I'm going to continue to build my liquidity pool because it's awesome. It's better than staking right now, as long as the APRs are up. Now, remember, when ink goes up, when the price of ink goes up, the APRs are going to come right back up again, you know? Right now I'm selling because everyone's anticipating going back to SAC, so I'm selling my ink right away, rolling it back in. But once ink starts pumping, the APRs are going to show higher, and I'm going to be holding maybe a little bit 2-3 days if I'm anticipating the whole market to swell up. Because why? Let's talk about ink for 1 second. Like, what's the point of it? Why does anybody want it? Why would it ever go up? Well, basically, there's liquidity pools with ink in it. So if you want to provide both sides of a liquidity pair in an ink pool, you have to buy ink, and you have to buy a lot of it, right? Also, it's going to be bonded. It's going to be bonded by the Hart's Law to the rest of the entire ecosystem. So, like, if PLS is going to be going up like crazy, there is PLS ink pools. Okay, so it's gonna bond that price up, and it's gonna pull the ink price up. So if you're wondering who the hell would ever buy ink when it's constant sell pressure, well, people need it for LPs. It's bonded by Hart's Law. If everything's gonna go up, ink is gonna go up. Right now, I'm anticipating a flush to a SAC price, so I'm selling mine and re-rolling it. But I will be hodling it, my ink LPs. Until when things start turning around, and I'm anticipating not a new all-time low every 5 minutes, typically. What are your farms right now? Just USDC WPLS, and that's because I am bullish WPLS and or Pulse, and I want to accumulate more. And if you have USDC sitting bridged over USDC sitting on PulseChain and you're not using it, it's just ridiculous. That's like having your own business but telling your workers to stay home. These literally work for you. If the price goes down, you get more you get more Pulse. If you know what I mean. So I really can't lose. This is the play right now. Is this the play forever? No, but this is the play right now, and I'm making a living wage while I sleep. So yeah, that's why I like doing it. What farm do you have? Okay, everybody's saying that. All right, I think I'm behind here. What makes you think people will buy at SAC? Price not selling, they're at the break even. I think people, because it's a mental thing. It's a definite. When you ask yourself, when we're in price discovery mode like we are right now, there is nothing to hold on to. There's no support levels. There's nothing under here except the SAC. There's literally nothing. We are in uncharted territory. This is the abyss. We are down a dark hole here, and we have no idea. There's never been a support line. See, there's nothing. So the only support that anybody can think of is SAC. So yes, I believe that SAC price is going to be a massive bounce. And we might, yeah, this broke down. I can almost delete this, but I'm going to save it for a little while because we do have, you know, about a day left in it. And you never know. We could drop this wick and then jump back in here, break out, come down, fake everybody out, big buys come in, boom, go up. So, but yeah, but I'm waiting at this point, you know, because I have been buying and averaging in down this trend line. I'm going to go ahead and wait for SAC price. So Hippie Hedge Fund, what's up? Rich or die trying. Get rich or die trying from AIDS, because this chart is absolutely, this is AIDS on crack. It's bad. But I don't know, overall, like midterm, I'm super bullish on this. So let's see. Hey, why don't we hey, what's up Danny J, what's up Mike? How about impermanent loss? Impermanent loss is subjective. It depends on your mind frame, you know what I mean? Yeah, if it goes down, you're going to have more PLS and less USDC. But if you want PLS, then you haven't lost anything. The impermanent loss hurts when you're going up real hard and you're losing your PulseChain and it's selling it out for you. So if you are in the if we're in a bull market and you're in the mindset of, all right, I want to average out, I want to DCA out a stack of USDC, and we're going up and up and up and up, that's a great way is to have a USDC liquidity pool, because the impermanent loss, it's selling your PLS because PLS is pumping. So you're growing your USDC side and your PLS side is going down. Well, you're essentially taking profits equally going up, 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 up. So it depends on how your mind thinks. You know, my mind is thinking that I want more PLS and less USDC and we're going down. So I'm basically, my PLS side is growing and my USDC side is shrinking, and I'm going like a digital freaking DCA and tap all the way down. You know, that's kind of how I'm looking at it. It's definitely on how you look at it. It's hard to get your mind around how the liquidity and permanent loss thing, how you can leverage that for your strategy on what you're trying to do. If you're not trying to buy the dip and you're trying to hold, you know, like if you're trying to hold your USDC right now, a USDC pool isn't going to be good because we're going down and down and down and down. You know, so if we start reversing and going up and you want to hodl, you need to close that thing down. And then, you know, but as long as it's free money, you're making thousands of dollars a week just having this thing open, and you're buying the dip at the same time. I really don't see a whole lot of negative externalities for how things are looking right now. But I do want to look at a little bit of shit coins. So I'll take your questions, but I also want to take a look at the deck screener here, and you guys can tell me what you want me to look at and what your favorite coins are. All right, Marcin, I have a theory that Ink will be better Hex. You earn more Hex by locking coins in time, and for your Ink, you need to deploy capital, and tokenomics is way better than Hex. Ink is the new point. It like, yeah, no, you're right. I mean, Ink is way more interesting. Instant gratification, you know, that's what we're living in a world like. We're millennials and younger, you know, we're like, we want shit now. Like I want every 24 hours, I want to take my Ink and have this money. Like I literally, like I'm working as a freaking registered nurse somewhere, making more than her. While I'm sleeping, I'm earning Ink. I wake up and I'm like, holy shit. You know, I could live comfortably off of this. You know, it's incredible. It's like super Hex. You know, it's like, I'm not waiting 5 years. I'm rolling it right now. Furthermore, I do want to add one thing to the previous comment about an impermanent loss. There's one more aspect of it that you have to consider is my main portfolio is long. All right. I'm not like batshit crazy putting all of my money into this. So if I get impermanent, like this shit, let's say we just 2x out of nowhere, like in the old school days, like in the old school Hex days when Godwhale would come through and just double the price, or when John McAfee bought after the Richard Hart live stream, the price doubled. Some shit like that happens to me and my liquidity pool just like goes upside down, and all of a sudden it sold a bunch of PLS for me into USDC and it ran away without me. You know, like if that happens, my main portfolio is long, you know? So if you discount and just kind of like in your mind, if you want to be an LP, you have to be strong in your mind and to be like, hey, this is my LP stack. I'm getting This, I'm getting thousands of dollars a week just having this open. The price of PLS doesn't matter in my mind for that stack. This is not my portfolio stack. This is my liquidity providing stack. I'm trying to get this. I could do it for lifestyle. I could roll it into memes. I can roll it into Hex. I can roll it into whatever I want to do. This PLS I sacrificed to have a daily income. So you have to think of it like that. The only way that you could get really, really wrecked is if PulseChain runs away and the APRs drop to jack shit and they just cashed you out, basically. Then you take that money and you look for other opportunities. I like to look at my portfolio and I like to separate all of the things separate. I like to separate my coins, my investment strategies for different coins. Like my Bitcoin HODL position, I keep telling you guys about that. I'm not touching. It's my long term. It's my like, this is my bug out, like end of the world fund, you know, like this is my like, I broke my leg or I got sick and I can't run my business anymore and I'm going to go move to Central America and just live on a beach and like drink coconut juice, you know, like that's my strategy for that. So when we went from 69K down to 15K, I didn't even think about it or have an emotional reaction to it. I didn't think like, oh, my HODL position. I don't give a shit. I sold my trading position. That's what I cared about. That's where I get a little emotional with, right? Same thing with the impermanent loss. You're basically sacrificed that PLS. Yes, it does feel good when you're buying the dip on the way down because of the ratio. But at the end of the day, if you're making a living wage off that, that's not part of my PLS portfolio. And you have to have this mental toughness and emotional control to survive in a volatile and crazy world of crypto. And if you want to benefit from liquidity pools, you have to have the winning mindset. You have to have that kind of winning mindset of like, all right, cool. Well, that's my LP. All right. So if I get ratioed on that, YOLO. I'm making a living wage off this shit, and that's what it's there for. That's why it's there. I care about the ink. I care about taking that and rolling it into meme coins, rolling it back in the pool, rolling it into Hex, doing whatever I want with it. That's my daily income. That's how I look at it, and it works for me. And to be like, okay, it's impermanent loss, whatever. It happens. It happens, you know, fuck it, kind of thing. And that's how I believe to be successful in LP. That's what you got to do. And it's dopamine hit every day, baby. It's where it's at, man. I'm telling you, it's where it's at. And I love adding. So far, I've just been rolling back into it and growing it because we're on a downtrend. And I want to buy PLS. So anyways, I don't want to get too caught up on that, but I just want to explain the mental processes to make it be successful for you. What's your call on Hex bottom? Might be a bridge E-Hex. What's your call on Hex bottom? Might bridge E-Hex to P-Hex for better gains. This is what I don't like. We have a P-Hex and a Hex on Ethereum. It bugs me. But look, why don't we take a look real quick at E-Hex, because that's the easiest one to find here. We'll go to E-Hex. So we were saying that we're putting orders on E-Hex at and below a penny. If you are in my Telegram chat, it's a free Telegram chat. It doesn't cost you anything. Come chill. We post memes. We talk shit. Anything goes. So in the Telegram chat, we have been having orders right at about a penny and below. We've been waiting for this. We sold at 12 cents at V3. We've been waiting for this. It's happening. I think anything below, so we're kind of, this is a new like all-time low since ATH. Okay, so it's kind of uncharted. Maybe if we take a look at here we go. Now we got a pivot. Look how good these pivots work. Look at this primary pivot where we sold. Look at that. If you sold that, you know, this is the weekly. Here was our big supports right there. And that was at 6.8 cents. That was, remember, we were there for a while. And then our other big support, 4.4 to 5, I would say about 5 cents was our other one. But here we are. We have a massive, massive dump, okay? This would be catching a falling knife, dumping here. You have to have some kind of a plan, maybe, some kind of a target. Jumping in on this nasty candle is, you know, it's hard because this is quite a lot. This is quite the dump. This is quite the knife to catch. So you might be okay if you ape in a small amount here, but just be prepared for it to be long term. I think if you're buying Hex at a penny, I think long term I think it's an easy 5x. I think when Hex recovers, I believe it's going to 5 cents, because that was kind of the mean average of where we were at during that whole little mini bull rally from the beginning of the year. Remember, Hex was like the #1 performer. And if we just average that, and if you think about how long it actually spent at like 5-6 cents, I think that's kind of where we were. So I think this is an easy 5x, but I can't tell you the timing. Remember, trading's all about timing. Yes, I could be right, but that ain't gonna be for 5 years. No, it won't be that bad. But yeah, you could see that right around in this area is where we really hung out. So I think it's an easy 5x. Personally, the only support we can find right now, and these are Fibonacci pivots, so it's basically a fib, is at about 0.004. The funny thing is, when I sold 45 cents and 39 cents, when I started making this channel back at the end of the bull market, I was saying that it was going to go to half a penny. I was right, but look what happened in between. A whole lifetime, a crypto lifetime happened. You know, we had V3, we had Hex Hell, we had Hex Trailer Park, we had a shitty launch, we had a bridge hell. We were stuck in the bridge. We have all this different FUD. We had Richard Hart went from being drag queen Flex Richard, and now he's Saint Richard or Saint San Ricardo, and like being the antithesis of what he was, just being like this super clean angel Richard, you know. Basically he's in Charles Hoskinson's mode. We've been through all of this since I made that call. This gives you an idea of what I mean about timing is everything. Sure, we've been waiting for 1 cent for 2 lifetimes of shit that we ate in crypto. 2 lifetimes of memes, Richard in his purses, and you know what I'm saying? So keep in mind, a 1 penny Hex is a good buy, bro. A 1 penny Hex is a good buy. Hex is going to come back. It's very known throughout the entire community, and it's known to pump, and it's low liquidity, and it pumps like crazy. But when? So if you want a little bit of a strategy, what I would do, not financial advice, make your own decisions and stuff. If I was hot and heavy for Hex, which I'm not, I would buy a little bit for the long term, but I would expect it to come to the S1 pivot at about, this says 0.04. That's another 50% drop. Another 50% drop. That's tough sell, to be honest. But look at these candles. You want to get under this shit? Dude, this is not even, this isn't even catching a knife. This is like catching an artillery strike, right? This is like, whoa. And then wait for half a penny. And then I'd rationalize it in my mind. I'd be like, yeah, you know, I bought a little bit just in case. It's an easy 5x, going back to 5 cents. But I'm really trying to bottom fish down here and go on Matcha XYZ, and it says 0.00425. Everybody's looking at half a penny. I'd put orders at 0.006, so I make sure that I'm filled and ride it and be like, yo, if the shit turns around, I'm gonna get a 5x. If the shit dumps, I front ran everybody and I'm at 0.006. Everyone's looking at half a penny. And then I would do nothing. I'd sit on my hands. I would like try to stack USDC, do my farms, do whatever, and have this strategy for this coin happening. It's cooking, you know? It's like you put the ramen in the water, you put the thing on, and then you go do something else. You know, it's cooking. That trade is cooking. And if you're hot and heavy, you really want this 5x off of this penny Hex, don't go all in, you know, and set orders. Now, this shit may never materialize. Your orders are set, but the USDC is actually free because you can just cancel the order if you find another opportunity. That's kind of how I've traded, and I've done pretty good, you know, just kind of like keeping all of the coins' strategies separate. Like, you can't have the same strategy for every coin because each coin has its own fuckery and things going on with it. You know, in each of those things are changing, you know? So, always changing. It's always, that's why it's like cooking, you know, like you're boiling noodles over here. You got the steak grilling out there. You got, you know, you got to make sure all that shit's not going wrong. But I think that's a decent strategy. I know I kind of went off on a tangent. I'm sorry, but I think that's a decent strategy. If you're really hot and heavy for Hex, E-Hex, I would do that. You already have your copies on PulseChain. You know, it's convoluted. You don't know which one to do. You know what I mean? I think I would just stay here and not bridge it over, and then have different strategies for my Hex out there. I traded all my liquid Hex for PLS, by the way, full disclosure, but I still have my stakes, which I don't think I can unstake on PulseChain right now, but I'm still in the ecosystem. My stakes are far away, not super interested. Now, if we do get this crazy flush in PulseChain and we go to SAC, what's that going to do to the Hex pairs on the PulseChain side? So why don't we take a look at that really quick? Now, I sent a lot of USDC from Ethereum onto PulseChain because I've been buying. I told you I've been buying that trend line, the falling wedge. I am interested in P-Hex. All right, I am interested in buying that, but it's got to be sub a penny as well. If it is sub a penny, I want to get like a moon bag. I'm talking like, I want to get like 10 mil. I want to get 10 mil P-Hex and then just roll the stakes for like 3 months. That's my strategy for that. But I need it to be lower. I'm not made of money. You know, I need this shit to come lower for me to be able to do that. And if I can't do that, I'd rather deploy my capital into farms. That's kind of how it is. I know it's greedy, and I know that's asking a lot, but that's kind of where I'm at. So let's take a look at Hex WPLS. I mean, damn, I wish my soundboard worked. I got a new computer, so that's why I had such problems getting the stream going. I apologize for that, because I was like, I was loading shit on, you know. But yeah, let's take a look. All right. So we did have a nice Hex WPLS. Yeah, this is where I would want to be at. I believe this is the highest pool, and I have a lot of PLS. So let's say right here we kind of came down to about 0.04, bro. That's a target. Dang. Yeah. So I don't think it's going to come back here if PLS flushes. I think, you know, Hart's Law, liquidity pools, bonding, and stuff like that. If WPLS flushes, you know, I think it's going to bring this down. But I think it's going to come down harder. So I don't think we're going to hit this again, this 0.003. We're not going to hit that again. But here's a good target. This area, this region right over here. Let's see if we can draw something here. This little region right here is where I'm interested at. Where are we at? We're almost there. This area right here is the buy zone. See, if this support flushes right here, we're going to come right in this box. Let me move it down here. Right here. This support flushes, which, like, we're literally there. Holy crap. So it's starting out at about one. Nah, fuck that. I'm not buying above a penny. Fuck that. So let's drop it down a little bit. Right here is where I'm buying at. So we'd have to flush this little support right here. Can you guys see? Is it big enough? We'd have to flush this little support for me to be interested and get below a penny again. But I'm not so greedy to think we're going to take out this low. I think if you're going to, we might take out this low, but it could be like 2 years from now. Remember the whole hypothesis of timing is everything? Yeah, sure. Maybe 2 years from now, some crazy macro shit, or like Black Swan, or like a crypto. We're all on BRC 20s now or something, and then it goes here. Yeah, but I'm not so greedy, and I don't have my time horizon to buy so long that I think it's going to take out this low and go sub 0.003. So my plan, so right here would be a great place right here. Sub a penny before on this support line. You know, if we flush this support, we're definitely coming down to test this. But I think we're going to come down and test here. Erase all of this. Come down in this. This is a nice little support range. I like this here. And I think the bottom of that range is 0.008, but we'll extend it down to here, 0.006, right here. But I don't think we're going to be taking out these lows. Look, we didn't even take out these lows. So, oh, yeah, you can see it. We didn't take out these. Let me get it so you can see it better. You know, see how we didn't take out those lows? So, this is technically a higher low. So I think it's going to be a higher low again. This is hypothetical if we go back to SAC. This shit's going to go down. So, yeah. So kind of like that range. What's up, chat? What's your call on Hex bottom? Oh, there you go, TD. Hippie Hedge Fund, what's up? You dumped too much ink and my rewards from PLS and ETH went to 3 digits. Birch, okay, this dude really wants me to check out Birch. All right, Birch. Pepe on PulseChain. Could be the Pepe of PulseChain. Bro, don't we already have why birch? Like the tree? Like a birch tree? And this is on PulseChain. Birch. See if we find it. Bro, you got a token address? Post the token address. Post the token contract in the chat. Or wait, did I spell it right? Oh, breach. Sorry about that, bro. Okay, let's take a look. Negative 13% right off the bat. All right, down and down and down and down and down. Okay, so it came out on May 18th right away. Huge run. Let's look at this run. Lots of volume. So, you know, 6,000%. Okay, so then what did we get? Where are we now from the top? Does it got a website? So now we're down 90%, which is, everything's fucking down on PulseChain right now, so I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not mad at it. But why should I, hit me up in the chat, let me know, man, why should I buy this thing? It looks pretty much like everything else. Hey there, a bit late. What's up, Cosmin? Yeah, man, I kind of ended up starting a little bit early. Whatever. I was bored. I got a mow. I bought a mower. I bought, when I built this house, I paid for a sod. It's really, really freaking expensive. So I've been taking care of it and watering and stuff like that. And I bought it like an electric mower. It's like a freaking the Tesla of mowers. This thing is so freaking, this thing is so fast. Like you could yeah, definitely drag race that thing. But yeah, so I'm about to go mow here in a little bit. But I do want to take a look at some shit coins before we get out of here. Cosmin, you're late. You're late, bruv. P-Hex bottom, if I'd bridge. Thank you, answered. Yep. Frederick Andre, that's the SAC price. What's the SAC price, bro? Let's take a look at this. Be rich. Oh, be rich. Yes. Baby Richard Hart. You know, solid contract. My guy's back. Hey, what's up, Bruno? What's going on, man? Tell me how you're feeling, how you're doing. We do have a lot going on, you know. We have a big dump coming, but I think it's an opportunity, and I've been buying. So I hope that you don't get fudded out, Bruno, because I really think that PLS is going to lead us out of the bear market, because I think all the other chains are going to be clogged. I think they're already clogged, and I think we have a huge community, and there's going to be plenty of on-ramps and off-ramps and hypes and shills, and I think that this thing's going to go crazy. And I'm so bullish that I've been going in buying this thing, and I need like just a few X's to go to the next level in my life. So just giving you a heads up and getting you a little caught up. And we're providing liquidity and making a living wage at that. So there's a lot of good things still happening in this ecosystem, and don't get discouraged. Don't get fudded out, but we did break down through the ascending wedge or falling wedge, sadly. So just giving you a little heads up, and great stream as always. Thank you, TD. Yeah, bro, I know I will be doing some memes and stuff. Hey, join the Telegram chat if you're not in Telegram, if you don't have the app or something like that. Download Telegram. The link is in the description box below. We always make memes and laugh all day and shit like that. And we're always in there all day, and you can bounce ideas off each other. And we're a team, you know, we're a community. We're just trying to navigate through the crazy, chaotic thing about that is crypto. And we've done pretty good at it. You know, like we sold 12 cents at Hex on that V3 rally. You know, like we've been waiting for 1 cent. So we have done pretty good. All the calls aren't perfect, you know. I thought PLS was going to run. I really did. I thought it was going to suck up everything. But it turned out that the meme coins ran. So I totally missed that. Oh, yeah, before we go off, I did want to talk about BRC20s real quick. So we do have BRC20s. I have airdropped a bunch of Wolfpack members, Tron BRC. Once you mint a name on the Bitcoin blockchain, it's forever, so there can never be another Tron. Tron's kind of a big name, and so a lot of wolves we've kind of hijacked that project. BRC20 is basically like an ERC20 on Bitcoin. They're all just memes right now, but there is infrastructure being built on this, and it's pretty fun, interesting, and intoxicating to use. And like I was saying, you know, right now we're getting money in PulseChain money from 2 years ago, and I just think that like this is something to know and understand and get some early. It's only a few weeks old on Bitcoin, and later on this could be a big airdrop for you in the next year or two when everybody else starts catching on with this shit, where you're already ahead. So yeah, so Unisat, and I did buy some Ordi. I bought some of these. I bought some Pepe, and I bought Tron. And so I'm really bullish on Tron. Gonna be kind of working, me and a couple guys in the group we kind of hijacked the project, and pretty much all the Wolfpack who wanted free Tron from me got it, and we're gonna kind of build on it. So I just wanted to give a shout out that, yeah, Ordinals, get ahead of the game. Crypto is a zero-sum game, okay? So for you to make money, somebody has to lose money. So if you can't be smarter than someone, you have to be first. So if you don't want to out-trade the algos, if you don't want to be smarter than the talking heads, just be first. This is a few weeks old. It's on Bitcoin. It's fun and intoxicating. Learn about it. If you want to get... I don't want to onboard you on this, but I'll give you free tokens. If you hit me up, I'll give you some free tokens if you want to experiment with this thing. So yeah, I'm saying that I don't get nothing out of this. You know, I'm just saying, stay ahead of the game, be first. This shit is going to be hot one day. Okay. This shit is going to be hot. No one's doing it. Nobody's doing shit in crypto right now, but when things start popping, definitely want to be in this ecosystem as well. And it's Bitcoin. Everybody loves Bitcoin. You know, when's the last time you bought Bitcoin? It feels good. I'm telling you, it feels good. Like an old friend. So yeah, so Be Rich. Does it have a website? Oh wait, it should be on the deck screener actually. Let me see if they have a website. We can check it out a little bit, man. He's saying this is hot. What about the PulseChain? Here we go. PulseChain's best meme token, 140K of locked liquidity, max supply at 5555 million. No admin keys, no fees, 10% deployer supply. What makes this project unique? Well, I want to see a big colorful... There it is, baby. Let's check it out. Be Rich. Oh, is this Baby Richard or what? Actually, it's kind of lit, man. Baby Richard coin, and look at this goofy pig. I don't know. It's kind of lit. PulseX, deck screener, PulseChain. But hey, we got to do something about this website. Look at this little scammer. Look at this little baby scammer. Oh man. Okay. Create a wallet, download MetaMask, get some PLS. No taxes. Total supply, liquidity's locked. That simple. So it's just a meme, that's it. Doesn't do anything, doesn't buy back, doesn't burn, doesn't tax. Buy and burn incentives. Okay, roadmap. Okay, here we go. Step 1, CoinGecko market shilling. Launch of staking protocol to earn passive income. Okay, buy and burn incentives. Hey, you're telling me everything that I want to hear. It's funny though. I just like this picture. This is goofy, man. Can I click on that? It's funny, baby Richie. You can do so much with this, bro. I don't know. I like it. I like this. I like this token. Could use a little work on the website. Look at this little scammer. It can do some work on the website, maybe make it a little bit more interactive. But I'm down with you guys. I might have to get me some of these. Anybody else got any? Anybody else have any cool coins that you want to look at? Because like, bro, I'd never. If it wasn't for you guys, I would never see this. I actually like this because I've been buying Doge. I've been buying Doge, just because my homie is shilling it to me, and when my friends show me something, I always end up buying it. And I also got Chi because a homie showed me that, but I'm down on that shit for sure. But the be rich, the baby Richie token. It's funny. I would like make it more memey, like that goofy ass picture right here, like this goofy picture. You know, like you could easily like Photoshop that into like a cradle or something with a baby blanket. I don't know. It could be more memey, you know, a meme-ish. I'd go. This is a little bit too much of a tribute. You got to really troll the shit out, you know. Be more trolly, but that's what I would like. But I'll join the Telegram and shit, and I'll probably hop into this. I'm down with this shit. But anybody else? Our Dreams, good to have you back. Yeah, thank you so much. It's good to be back. I didn't know it was gonna be streaming so long, but I don't want to leave. Yeah, and I'll be streaming more. The problem is most of you guys are in Europe, so I gotta stream like. We might stream early. Like 9 a.m. Central or something in the middle of the week, because we can't just do one a week. Or maybe I'll do a video. Okay, so during the week, so this week I'll try to do a meme funny video that's just like straight information and memes. And then on the weekends we do like long live streams and stuff like that. Because until we get this PulseChain on the road and I can sell out of my company, I gotta get this shit going too. You know, I had been struggling with I've been putting like YouTube and having fun meme videos and shit before like my own business last year. That's kind of why I fell off for a minute, to get that shit sorted out and get my shit running smoothly and shit. So, but I'm going good now. So I'm back, baby. I'm back. And I just want to say shout out to you guys. Shout out to all the veterans. It's a Memorial's Day, so shout out to all the vets. Thank you for all your service, and shout out to you guys. Shout out to the Wolfpack, baby Richie coin, and I think that would be about it for today. All right, man. Already on CoinGecko. All right, Hippie Hedge Fund, you got me into it. I'm gonna get some, okay? And anyways, we're gonna end the stream here. I miss you guys. I love you guys. Shout out to the Wolfpack. Like, subscribe, join our free Telegram. I don't charge for access to me. Like, just come chill out,